next? You're obviously. Oh, we're recording. Hello, welcome for another episode of MCVC. What we're going to be talking about today? Haha, just kidding. I knew we were recording the whole time. We're going to be talking about video games and playing them under the influence of alcohol because we're both grown men and we never cater to anyone else but probably grown men and women and anything in between, I guess. But either way, yes, we are an adult-only podcast. 18
or at
and
least
older.
we try to be.
Yeah, if you're on here, I can't blame your parents. Not my fault.
Yeah.
But so we just wanted to kind of tell some of our stories about how it has been with gaming and drinking. I'll kind of get the ball rolling. So one game I really always enjoyed doing is like playing Mario Kart and the no drinking and driving concept. So you usually have a drink you got to finish before you complete the race. But the catch is you can't drive because drinking and driving is illegal, so you can't be holding the controller and like moving your vehicle. So you can either be drinking or driving. So there's several ways to go about it. You can slam your drink and then start driving, or you can drive, get to the finish line and slam your drink, or sip it here and there and like take momentary pauses. It's really just the way you want to play and try to figure out the most effective way to go about it. Usually most people just slam in the beginning, but it makes it really fun. The more rounds you start to go, obviously you get sloppier when you're driving. Next thing you know, you're driving backwards. You're like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun one. I've definitely done that a few times. Usually the method I go with is get to the end and then slam it. Because I'm pretty good at like driving games and just like racing games in general. So usually I'm pretty confident that I can get a decent lead and then be able to stop and slam whatever I'm drinking and then quick go across the finish line. So that's usually the way I do it.
So I've thought of a couple different variations of this game. So like say if you're doing multi-lap, what you can do is to take a shot after each completion of a lap.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's a very painful one. Another one is so if it's also multi-lap, the way it works with your drinking is you have to take as many like sips or swigs as what position you're in as you pass that lap. So if you're in first, you only got to take one quick swig, or if you're in eighth, so it's really like that first lap is super competitive. You want to make sure you're staying in the front so that you're drinking as little as possible.
That's an interesting concept. I never heard of adding like that kind of stuff to it. Have you ever played Beach Buggy Racing? It's on Xbox.
Beach Buggy Race? I have not.
It's basically like Mario Kart but on Xbox because obviously Mario Kart is Nintendo Switch or just Nintendo as a whole. That's its domain. But yeah, Beach Buggy Racing, it's like basically the exact same thing. You just like kart racing, you pick up power-ups. So I kind of want to try this concept sometime now and see how many guys we can get to do it.
Dude, I'm 100% game for that because, dude, there's one thing I like doing. It's playing games with my friends. There's another thing I like doing, drinking with my friends. If I can combine them together.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
Oh, 100%. So, yeah, maybe we should even plan that, like, I don't know, Friday night. We could probably do something. But, yeah, no, and then other ways that you can play drinking games. There's just various other things you can do. Even like it doesn't always even have to be related to video games. I usually do movies and songs. But if we're going into the topic of video games, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Like so for example, one I used to do is like Call of Duty. Anytime I die, I'd take a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also like what is that one game mode that like where you spin around in the center with a shotgun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you fire it randomly, and if you hit somebody, they're dead.
Yeah. So doing it with that would also be really cool too. Playing it like that, so whoever gets shot has to take a shot.
Or
like the last person standing gets to like give out a shot, or like has to finish their drink if they're the last one. I don't know, something like that. So you kind of want to be the one to get hit.
But yeah, kind of going back into Warzone, there's one time I kind of made a drinking game out of Warzone. And basically like anything happened to drink, you'd have to drink. If you got a kill, you drink. If you died, you drink. If you got knocked, you drink. Every time a circle closes, you have to drink. If you drink. Yeah, if we didn't make a certain placement, you have to drink. if you don't win your gulag, you have to drink. So it's just like literally like it started with like 4 or 5 rules and it ended with like 50, and it just turned into like if you breathe, drink. Like so. Otherwise, I remember one time I got pretty blitzed and I was playing Forza, another driving game, which requires a little bit more skill than like a Mario Kart because you actually have to like oh, it's like a road course. You don't like jump. You don't get to like jump, and it's not like bigger and open. You have to like stick to the street. And I just remember doing absolutely terrible because I'm just like at the time I was pretty invested in that game, and I was like, oh, I wonder how good I could do. And I was just like, I don't remember what I was doing, but I was pretty well on my way. And yeah, I feel like any driving game outside of like Mario Kart or any sports game that requires like good motor skills like that, I feel like it sucks.
Honestly, like now I'm just thinking about all the games. So like I've been playing Spider-Man a lot lately, and now I'm trying to picture like how the fuck would I play that drunk? Because like the like and it's on PlayStation, but like all the swinging mechanics and shit on it. Like now I'm just picturing like Spider-Man drunk. That's hilarious. I don't know why that came into my brain, but I was like, yeah, imagine like him trying to fly through the air, just drunk off his ass, just slams into a wall. But he's obviously very strong, so he can just take it, and he just hits the wall and just slides down it. But that'll probably be something I'll have to venture into. But yeah, no, in terms of like, and obviously we don't condone alcoholism. When we talk about drinking, it's obviously controlled. It's obviously having fun. It's for those like weekend moments. It's not like we drink every fucking day while we game. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Another one that you weren't there for it, but we have to do it sometime is Rocket League, which that one was pretty simple. Is if if we score, if you score, everybody else on the team has to drink, and like
dude,
and you do that. Um, if you get an epic save, everybody else has to drink. If you get scored on, everybody drinks. So it's just like basically any game that there's a scoring mechanic to it. It could be. I mean, if you play like NBA 2K, you could get fucking blitzed because, I mean, they're scoring in like the hundreds. So I don't know how you do that, but
I, I honestly like now this is like something I really want to do. So we should just like run. Maybe we do Rocket League drunk Friday. But yeah, no. Overall, like any game that you find enjoyable, there's always a way to put a drinking spin on it. Like name a random game. Yeah.
Fallout.
All right, perfect. Anytime you hear a super mutant yell "meat bag," you got to drink. Or anytime like something pops up on your screen, like like for example, like when you open stuff and like you have a perk that will like generate like more, like you know how the little icon pops up saying that it did. Drink for that. Another time you drink is anytime a nuke is launched. If you're playing Fallout 76, you got to finish your drink. Anytime a nuke is launched, like that, there's so many ways you can put it. Like there's always a fun spin to put on it, and like even for example, let's see here. I'm trying to think of a really like obscure game that I couldn't drink. I mean, yeah, even like Hello Neighbor, like or Secret Neighbors, you could literally just be like, all right, anytime that um, the imposter gets everybody without us like getting any of the locks unlocked, we finish our drink, or like if anytime,
However many locks are left, that's how many drinks you have to take.
yeah, just stuff like that. Like there's always a way to spin it. And so for all of our audience who's 21 and over, like if you're just looking for something fun to do with your friends online and you don't feel like going out for a night, say like you're like I don't know how the atmosphere is for other places with this pandemic. Bars are still open in Wisconsin and that's kind of like all there really is sometimes in the winters. People just go to bars constantly. If you're looking for something different, but you kind of are feeling that mood to drink, turn to the Xbox, turn to your PlayStation, turn to your PC, turn to your friends. Be like, look, I want to have this idea. Let's just sit down. Or you could even do LAN parties. You could literally have everyone over at your place and drinking together and playing games that way. There's always a new way to spin things to where it's not always having to go out to the bar and spend a lot of money.
Have you ever played any of like the Jackbox TV games, like those party packs?
I have one, but I've never played it.
those games are a lot of fun, and it's within games. It's kind of hard to implement drinking, but usually the way I've done it is like so basically it's scoring based. So it's like this is the person with the most score, they won the game. This is the person with the lowest score. So usually the way I do it is whoever won picks a shot, whoever lost, whoever was the worst loser drinks it. So that's a fun way to do that one.
Ooh, okay. I definitely would like to try that because I know they have a Jackbox game on Xbox, so that's something we can look into doing too.
hmm I have Fibbage by itself. Otherwise, I have like the Jackbox Party Pack 4 and 3, and there's like 5 games in each. So I have like 10 to 12 games that you could play. They're all pretty fun. Usually in every pack, there's one that's kind of dumb, but there's one dumb one, there's one really good one, and then there's like two that are like, okay, these are pretty fun.
I mean, yeah, and honestly, I feel like we kind of hit a lot of our talking points despite this being very short. I mean, there's more to be discussed here too, but I don't. I mean, it's more of just encouragement at this point. Like, try it; it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I encourage everyone to like check it out.
Yeah,
Uh,
this wasn't intended to be a long talking point. It's just like, here's some ideas. Go have fun with it.
Exactly, and that's just something I encourage, especially with the holidays around the corner. People coming off of their school semester in college. If you're looking for something unique to do, we're just different. And if also feel free to comment if you have any fun video game drinking games or drinking games period that you don't think too many people know about. Feel free to tell us about them. We're more than happy to hear about them and definitely tell you how our experience goes with them, which
For
will
sure.
probably end up being ridiculous.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like overall that kind of concludes and wraps up this episode. Once again, this is just a little short shout out to drinking and gaming together for our adult audience that I feel like should be all our audience, but
Yeah.
can't control who's on here, so
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be doing 2 more episodes tomorrow. Maybe one gaming, one non-gaming. But with the holidays around the corner, we just kind of do a handful of episodes and then kind of go our separate ways here for a couple weeks while we enjoy the holidays. So,
exactly. So for those people who have a lot of family and they intend to see them, stay safe, stay COVID free. For those people who don't have a lot of family, just remember the gaming community has your back too. If that's how you spend your holidays, that's not a bad thing. You're part of something. Like, don't ever feel like you're alone on the holidays. If you even got to jump on Xbox and play with your friends who are also not doing anything, anywhere, whatever your position is, find a way to make the most of it. Be thankful for what you have. Be grateful for what's coming, and continue to just live your life to the best you can.
yes, sir.
All right. With that, signing off.
All right. See you, man.